Hi everybody, my name is Judy M. Welcome to another episode of Broken But Not Defeated. The reason why I say Judy M is because some of you know me by Judy Maikhosh, some of you know me by Judy Mohalabela. So welcome my undefeated gang. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here, welcome back. I know I'm not the most consistent person, but I've been taking a very long break in making videos because of I also needed to fill my cup. I also needed to deal with my issues and everything else, so that when I come to you as a full person who's also speaking to people that are in need of this fullness, I use this platform to talk to you about a lot of things. Mostly I started off by mothers without a child, mothers who've lost their children, and I thought to myself, with this platform I can also talk to everyone that may have been going through what I went through in life, and keep this in record as a digital diary, so that we talk, so that we learn from each other and stuff like that. My book is out. It's called Counting My Scars. I'll put it somewhere on the screen so that you'll see it. It's available on Amazon as an ebook. It's available on Shopify as a hard copy, and you can also call or send me a WhatsApp and I will get it to you within 2 to 3 days. So my reason for this video today is to talk about restoration. Restoration in a sense that God is so gracious, his grace surpasses all human understanding, and his love for us will never ever change. And I wanted to talk to you about what I've been through and why I'm talking about this restoration, and why am I so sure that God is able to restore everything that you have lost. You even in the Bible, in Deuteronomy chapter 3, you will find that the Bible talks about restoration and getting back all that you've lost. So I was married. To some of you that know that I was married and I got divorced. So my my video is not going to be about the details of my divorce or the details of my marriage, but when I got divorced, I was like, the divorce settlement had allocated certain things for me and had allocated certain things for my ex. But during this time, I felt like I needed a new scenery. I needed to be out of my hometown, out of Welkom. I needed to find myself. So I came to Joburg. Coming to Joburg, I did not have a place to stay, and then I found myself sharing a flat with a Zimbabwean lady, a very lovely, beautiful lady, and everything was good. I did not have a job. I applied for Take a Lot. During this time that I applied for Take a Lot, I decided, you know what, I am going to go get the car from home that is going to be petrol efficient, and that I'm going to be able to use when I do this job, deliveries and stuff. So I went home, got the Polo, which was one of the cars that my ex and I owned, and then I used it as means of transport for Take a Lot, taking orders, parcels, whatever. Within 2 months I felt like this car is it's like I'm damaging the car, right? Started looking for a job, and I got a job somewhere in Senton. Eventually my sister came to join me. She also got a job at the same place. She came to join me, my little sister, and then we got a place together, and then I got this place. it, so we stayed there. um at that time, the Polo was already sold. I had sold the Polo for some other reasons, and after getting this job, I thought to myself, you know what? So my ex and I agreed on selling the Polo, right? So he had the BM and the Audi together in Welkom. So when I got the job in Senton, I figured, let me just go talk to him about me taking the, what's this car, the other car, one of the cars, so that I can go to work, so that I can go to work with it. So I went to him and I'm like, I'll go to him. I'm like, since you also live in the house, you have the cars, and you have kept it, like you have everything, literally everything. Some of the things that are mine, some of the things that are yours, some of the things that were allocated to one of us, he still obtained or stayed with all of the things, because I chose to walk away with nothing. I said to him, please borrow me the car, and he agreed. So it was okay. I was going to work, everything was fine. At some point I met my man. I met him, I started speaking with him beginning of last year in 2022, and we started getting to know each other. We met on Facebook. I never really entertained people on Facebook, but with him it was a very interesting topic that we had that day, and we started chatting, we started talking. And I didn't know that this guy is going to be the love of my life. Ever since then we started dating, we hit it off. I've never felt this loved, I've never felt this accepted, because there's so many things that I've been through. I talk about them on my book. Things that I did, mistakes that I did, things that I went through, things that were foreseen, things that were unforeseeable, things that were tragic, things that I had no control of. Like, there's so many things that happened, some things I had control of, but because of the phase and the stage I was in, they happened, and I'm owning up to them. And I told him when I met him, these are all the things that happened to me, and I've written a book about them, but I haven't really released the book. And he said to me, whenever you are ready, I will support you. This man loved me despite of anything, and he loved me to a point where I asked myself, why? Like, when you ask yourself, why does somebody love you? Like, why does he love you this much? Like, that's how it was. And that's because I had not had that kind of love from a male person who is not my father. And I enjoyed every single moment of it, and up until I accepted that, yeah, this is for me. I'm worthy of this kind of love. I'm worthy of having this in my life, And then somewhere along those lines, I go home. My ex finds out that I'm seeing someone, and it's such a coincidence that I met this guy. He lives in Joburg, and he's also from Welkom, but I've never met him. And our neighborhoods are next to each other. Like, we didn't know each other. And he finds out, and I don't know from who and how. he gets mad, and one of the weekends I'm home. I was about to go to church. I prepare myself. Okay guys, sorry if you see people passing by, because this video I wanted to do it in the car so that like I'm able to speak without disturbing my daughter, without disturbing my man and everything else. So I wanted my own space, so people will be passing because it's like after school now and stuff. Anyway, I was going to church, so I prepare myself, I get ready and all that. This guy just walks in through the gate, and he is very mad, because I remember a few minutes before he walked in, he called me very angry, telling me that he wants his car, and my boyfriend should give me a car, whatever. And then he came, he took the keys, he left. He didn't even take out anything in that car that belonged to me, even the keys for my apartment in Joburg, nothing. Like, he literally left. He was so mad. My dad was there, my sister was there, my son was there, my niece was there, so everybody was shocked. There am I, like, I mean, there I was, dressed in like church clothes, wearing heels, makeup, all these shandies, and then he comes in that and he does that. My dad is shocked. My dad also, when he left with the car keys, my dad had walked out of the house because he went to the back room. So he waited for my dad to go outside. He took the car keys and then he left. So on that day, I I went to my aunt's place, and I didn't go to church because I had no transport to go to church. So I went to my aunt's place and I told her what happened, and I said, please go with me to him to get the car keys. Guess where the car was parked? This guy literally on the next neighborhood from my neighborhood. He parked this car at should I call it a stadium? I don't know, but it's a field. It's not a stadium. Yeah, it's a field. They were playing soccer, and they call it Moses Mabhida. That's why I'm struggling to name it, because they call it Moses Mabhida. So he had already gone there with a car, so he took the car, my car, and he went to park it there so that I don't use the car, and he's claiming that it's his car. My man should make a plan, this and that. So okay, great. I go with my aunt, and we go fetch my dad, and then we go to this Moses Mabhida field. We get the car keys from one of the people that had the car keys, because he was already playing. Then we get the car keys, we get the stuff in the car, we get my stuff in the car, and then we leave the keys, and then we leave. From that day, I did not have a car, and I was not in a financial position to get a car. So he had these cars to himself, he had the house to himself, he had the businesses to himself, because we used to do different things together. We used to do radio advertising together. We used to do catering, corporate catering together. We used to do COVID-19 response fogging together. So we did quite a lot of projects that gave us a lot of money and that sustained us financially. I left him with everything when I came to Joburg to start over, and then he came and took the only thing that was assisting me in trying to get myself back on my feet. Then after that, you know what, I told myself it's fine. My man started borrowed me his car, so since that time started using my man's car, and I, up until everything was making sense to me. And besides everything that happened, we moved on, and life was great, and everything made sense. So he had the BM with him, he had the Audi with him, he had, he had the house, he had the businesses and whatever, and I had nothing. I only had 2 kids with me. I only had 2 kids with me. 2 kids that I need to take care of. 2 kids that I need to make ends meet for. So along these unfortunate situations, God came through. God came through. I got another job, and everything changed. And like, my life was never the same. I got my job at a place where I felt like I belonged, at a place that gives me a sense of belonging. And I'm telling you, today I'm the happiest person. I got my I could say my first love, because the other times I thought it was love, but now I look back, I realize that it was not really love. It was not really love, because love does not have conditions. Love does not have a why. Love does not have a but. Love does not have although. Love does not have, but love is just pure love. So I found love. I got a job, a sustainable job for that matter, a job that gives me motivation to wake up every morning and make a difference on people's lives. I got a car. Like, I got not even a car, cars. I'm talking about a BMW. There's a BMW here. Me and my man we have all these cars. I recently bought an Audi, and my book is published. My story is changing people's lives. My financial situation is stable. I'm not where I wanted to be financially, but I am where God wants me to be, and I'm okay with that. I'm so okay with that. My kids are happy. My partner is a loving partner to my kids, is a father that I needed for my kids. As much as the fathers to them are there, they are not absent fathers, but my situation right now is that situation that I always wished for myself. So all I want to say is that if you trust so much in God, if you believe in God, if you put God first and everything, if you have to leave a certain toxic relationship or a certain job, a certain space, whatever, leave. It doesn't matter what you have. Leave. All you have is God. All you need is God. All that is going to matter at the end of the day is what God wants for your life, not what the next person wants for you. I have a home. I don't want to say a house. I have a home. I come back from work to a home, a loving home for that matter, and I didn't see this coming, because when I came to Joburg, I was living in a room, sharing a flat with a stranger, a woman that I didn't know, but she was such a lovely woman that became a friend to me. But all I'm saying is, you are not leaving that marriage because you're thinking of, oh, I'm not going to leave my house, another woman is going to stay in my house. You are not leaving that job, you're thinking, oh no, so let me allow them to abuse me this much in this job, because if I leave, I'm going to starve. You are thinking, let me not leave this car, because if they see me in a taxi, they are going to say, oh, oily, like people are going to gossip about you. It's not even about that. It's about how much you're willing to sacrifice your life for God's purpose. God cannot, like, God can, well, God can do everything for you, but if you're not giving him a chance, then a lot of people have not seen the goodness of God because they've not given him a chance. When things happen that are very hurtful, that you didn't think they will happen to you, you are very quick to give up on God's love and mercy. You question it because your love for God is conditional, and it's based on what God can do for you when things go wrong. But God's love is not like that. God's love is about you still trusting in him even when things are going bad, when there's darkness, when you have lost your child, when you have lost your job, when you have lost your marriage, when you have lost your money, when you've lost your family, your mother, your siblings, your father, when you have lost it all. God's love is unconditional. It's not about what God is doing to the next person that he's not doing for you. Some people never get to their Canaan. Some people never get to their Canaan because they don't want to go through the wilderness. They don't want to go through the wilderness. So think about it and put God first in your life and trust in him, and keep working on that dream, keep working on that. Don't base your life on what God can do for you and what he's not doing for you. Don't do that. When you do that, it's like you are now using him just for you to feel like he loves you, like you want to test that he can take you out of something, or he can do something for you just because just because you don't have something, you want to see if you pray about it, he's going to give it to you. No, what you don't know is that, and what you don't see is that God already knows the plans that he has for you. So your plan and God's plans are not the same thing. I'm not talking like this because I'm better. I was once in a point and stage in my life where I'm like, I don't want God anymore because he keeps hurting me, he keeps taking from me, he keeps doing all of these things to me. But I got to realize that no, no, that's not how it works. So God's love is unconditional, and that's all you need to know. Thank you so much. I just wanted to share that with you. Please like and share your thoughts, your experience, your comment, your prayer, like anything that you want to share with me on the comments. Share this video, and maybe someone out there is going through all of this. I will keep talking about other topics in the next coming weeks. I'm going to cover some of the topics that are in my book, the things that I have not shared with anyone, and the things that I would really want to share with you and show you how far God has taken me. Please subscribe. I use this platform as a digital diary, and to talk to even one person is fine, as long as everything or something I say changes somebody's perspective and somebody's life. I'm okay with that. That's all I want to do, and that's my aim with this channel. Thank you so much. I will be updating in the next coming weeks, maybe 5 or 6 more videos covering the topics that form part of my book. And yeah, stay blessed.